There's never been a better time to have SiriusXM. With over 140 channels in your vehicle, your all-access trial includes more than ever before to enjoy online, on your phone, or at home. Create your own ad-free personalized stations powered by Pandora. Hear ad-free extra channels and enjoy favorite shows with SiriusXM Video on Demand. What you love is on now.
Now, I know what you're thinking. You're like, what the heck's going on? It's 6 p.m. Eastern on a Thursday, and there's a CMA Connected? There must be something up. If that's what you're thinking, you are absolutely right. What's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning into this impromptu CMA Connected brought to you by SiriusXM. I'm your host, Ben Wu, and this is not no lunchtime learning session. No, sir. This is an impromptu need-to-happen announcement webcast, because something just dropped today and we had no choice but to get the people responsible for such activity and such announcements and get them on air and get the scoop, especially for you Canadian dealers out there who are listening in. Whether you're watching this live, thanks for tuning in, or you're watching this on demand a little bit later today or tomorrow, this is big news. This is big news coming from the Mobile Solutions Camp. That's right. We're talking about Bryan Schmitt out in Arizona. The Mastertech camp has dropped some huge news. If you didn't know, I'm not going to spoil it, but there is a big event, and we got Bryan on today to talk about it now. As you know, in Canada, all the Mobile Solutions products are distributed exclusively through BB Distribution. So BB Distribution's involved. You know who I got to bring on. You know I got to bring on my boy, Justin. Justin, my phone's been blowing up. You're like trying to find me. I was busy doing some stuff with the kids. When I see Justin, 17 text messages, there's something important that I better call you back on quick.
Huh.
Right?
Yeah, my phone's dead. So it didn't last the afternoon.
No, absolutely. So, there's a short timeline. We've actually never done this before. We've never done like an impromptu connected, but when things happen that shake the industry and could be a momentum shift or, something significant like what we just heard. Yeah, we're going to get off our butts and make this happen because the industry needs to know, and we need to connect them with this info. So real quick, I know we got Bryan in the backstage coming on. I just want to hear from you from a BB perspective. Tell the folks what's up.
So most of the dealers in Canada or anyone who's kind of familiar with the BB Expo that we've done in past years, we've always had a session that Bryan and Mobile Solutions have just been integral in and have led, and that is kind of our installer IQ. We obviously haven't been able to do it with COVID and whatnot has happened. And then leave it to Bryan to drop a game changer and, with a lot of emphasis on Canadian dealers for him on this one too. He's been so resourceful for us and he's been so important and he's taught so many of you dealers out there already at our expos. So for him to come out of the gate and do this and take on effectively North America is really awesome and really exciting. So, I don't want to steal any of his thunder. He deserves to be talking about all of it. Just know that for all of you guys that are BB dealers, we're going to have a lot of really cool incentives for you guys, which we'll touch on towards the end of the show. Perfect. In support of this whole expo and Bryan's venture and just this amazing opportunity for some serious hardcore training, some intense gangbuster, get it out there learning time. So it's I'm super excited. If anyone's ever been to Phoenix or Mesa or Tempe, it's just unbelievable. Arizona's
it's the Mecca, bro. It's where it all began. It's the Mecca.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's crazy. Yeah. So this event itself is just, Bryan's a car audio royalty, right? He's a juggernaut in the industry. So to have something, come from him for installers, for shop owners, it's really important and something that everyone needs to take note of.
All right. So here's the deal. We're going to jump right into it. We're going to bring Bryan on. He's going to talk about this crazy event that he just dropped on us. I really want to touch base with you because it's important that we recognize what the Canadian opportunity is here. And we're going to circle back at the end and kind of lay that out for them. All right?
Yes. Yeah. Pay attention, dealers.
Perfect. Here we go. Let's bring him on. We're going straight to Arizona. And we're going to bring on the man, Mr. Bryan Schmitt,
The
direct
myth, the
from
legend.
Mastertech EXPO. Bryan, what on earth have you been up to, son? I mean, we talk pretty often, but who knew that you had these many tricks up your sleeve? Why don't you tell our folks, our listeners, what the big news was? Let's just recap real quick.
Well, hey, thank you, Ben. Thank you, Justin, for that warm welcome. I appreciate you guys a lot. We're all family, right? So yeah, we're very excited for this. It's a long time in the works, and the past year and a half, it's been challenging for everybody, and it's just kind of made us think differently. And we knew that once we started in-person training again, that it's going to be overwhelming. It's going to be like the Roaring 20s. It's just out of control. And I just didn't want to be in a position where we'd have to say no to, so many people. We can only house 25 people in our facility, or, an IQ can only have, 40 or 50. We want to have a larger venue so lots of people can come, and we don't have to have that limitation. And that's really where this kind of spawned. So, I got with my team, and we've all kind of collaborated and said, hey, let's have something that's special, that's different, that nobody's done before on a large scale, and keep our DNA that we've always done in our Mastertech classes. And that's exactly what this is. So it's called Mastertech EXPO. And it encompasses so many really cool things, lots of different facets that's actually never been done before under one roof. And I'm super excited about it. It's next year. It's March 6th through the 9th, 22. And those are important dates because, we just kind of feel that all this stuff will be behind us. Hopefully, especially you Canadians and other countries, all the travel restrictions will be lifted by then. And all this stuff is going to be behind us. We can get back to normal. And that's what we all want. We want to get back. We want to see the in-person stuff. And that's, it's just so important. It's at the Mesa Convention Center. And Mesa is about 5 miles from our facility here. And we've contracted the entire building. It's a massive complex. So we have the hotel, we have everything. There's no other thing going on but our event at this place, and it's really cool. It was just renovated. The place looks amazing. We couldn't ask for a better venue. So, that being said, I can give you guys more info. Do you want to hear about it?
I do, but before
Tell
you
me more.
Before you do that, on behalf of all of us here at CMA, congratulations, first and foremost. This is a huge undertaking. From a event background myself, heading into normalcy, this is very exciting news. And for you guys to have taken the time that you had to put your brain power and resources towards this, it must have taken a lot of work, as I know, and everybody knows. So first out of the gate, congratulations. Now that that's out of the way, man, let's get into it. I want to know all about it. Let's go.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to shift screens here. And, this is, it's pretty amazing because we've got all kinds of different parts of this. It's a 4-day event. And let's see if I can get my computer to respond. It's a 4-day event that has all kinds of different things. Like I mentioned, it's industry training on a whole new level. We've got 48 different skilled classes, different types of classes throughout the 4 days. Okay. And the networking, the manufacturer exhibits, all that is super important because it's different. And I'll explain here in just a minute. But this kind of spans over all of that aftermarket, not only, kind of the 12-volt arena, but, in fabrication, upholstery, car builders, anyone who's doing customizing on a serious level, that's who we want to attend. So you got to be a pro. And you got to, take it very serious because, it's a serious event. Some of our DNA in kind of developing this is this is one of them. Learn with innovation. We've always tried to be innovators, and that's really our history of Mastertech is just developing hundreds of processes and things that we've pioneered in our industry. And I'm very proud to say that. And this is just a further extension of that. So let's talk about who's coming. Supercharging your skills. 12-volt techs, fab guys, upholstery guys, custom car builders, owners, managers, anyone who's a pro, I think that this is the show for you. This is really well suited for you, and we have lots in store for you guys to learn. Connecting with professionals. The first night, Ben, we're going to have a full live band in the courtyard, food, cocktails, and it's just a networking event. And mind you, the weather is going to be perfect, 72 perfect degrees in Arizona. So
it'll be a little different up here at that time of year.
Yeah, you guys will be, minus 20,
Yeah.
but it's very strategic in the timing. We want to have just a perfect event. And I'll tell you, every class I have, one of the biggest comments I get is, hey, I love the class, but actually networking with the people that are the highest level in the world, literally in the world, it meant more to me to talk with so-and-so and to rub elbows with them. And they are just so humble and down to earth and shared every secret they had. That's a big deal. So connecting with professionals, networking, huge. It's a big deal. All right, so who's teaching these wonderful classes? Well, we are not at liberty to say just yet. There will be more press releases, and hopefully we'll do some more CMA live stuff and talk about it. But I will tell you that there will be some very, very familiar, famous people that you guys will love to see presenting, world-class guys in their own rights, 12-volt techs, upholstery guys that have won the Riddler Awards, car builders that have won the highest level in car builders across the world, visionary designers from OEM manufacturers, automation experts, some of the highest automation experts. And when we say automation, that's Fusion, SolidWorks, in CAD, and then if you're using CNCs, lasers, 3D printing, all those guys will be there as well, along with audio engineers and other disciplines of professionalism. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So we want to push you. We want to push you to that level. So build with the experts. This is going to be a hands-on show. That doesn't mean everybody's going to have their own project. That means you get to see the process in a hands-on style. I'm a builder. I'm a car guy. I like to see it firsthand. We're going to break down the process of complicated things into a very simple way and share all those nuggets with you. And all these guys are. And that's the difference in the way we learn is not watching someone have a PowerPoint slide and just clicking through it. We're going to have a sewing machine in there, a car ripped apart. All these things we're going to be doing live in front of you and showing you where to buy it, what materials, step by step, how to do it. It's going to be like no other.
So this is very different from your typical classes, right? I mean, like you said, the limitations of your typical classes, Bryan, is that you can only accommodate a small amount of people at a time. I guess you'd have to also adjust the way you present and the experience overall, because just so we get an understanding, like how many people are you thinking about in a room doing, session X?
I'm not at liberty to say,
okay,
but there will be a limitation.
There is a limitation.
There is a limitation. It's not 25, but there is a limitation.
But it's not 500.
It is not 500.
Gotcha. Okay.
It is less than that. And we want the experience, Ben, to be first class. I don't want it to be where there's just too many people. We will limit it because we want the experience to be awesome. And that's why we're launching this today. We're giving you enough time. It will sell out 100%. So if you don't jump on this, I hate those calls where, hey man, can you squeeze me in? And I'm going to say, I can't. We can't push any more people into that sardine can.
Right, because at a certain point, you're going to diminish the value and that experience for the people there. Yeah, I get it. Cool.
Yeah, right. So we can accommodate a lot, but with the partners we have and the global reach, I'm pretty confident it's going to sell quick. So don't wait.
Right.
All right. So instruction that's going to exceed your comfort zone. We want to push you in every level. How you think, how you build, where you buy, all these things. I hate it when people are like, oh, that's how we've always done it. That statement right there drives me crazy. I think there's always a better way, a smarter way, a next level way. And that's what we want to do. We want to push every single attendee to the next level. And even our manufacturers, all of our exhibitor partners, we're going to push them as well. And I'll explain here in just a second. So the fundamental way that this is taught is more like a college course. It's classes that build upon one another. 101, 202, 303, and so on. So when you pick an education track, it goes throughout the whole day. You cannot actually change classes. You'll get a wristband that's your colored wristband for the day. And you won't even be allowed into the classroom without that wristband. And the idea is the same topic is just keeps building more complexity throughout the day with different presenters. And by the end of the day, you're so immersed in that one topic, you're an expert. And that's what we want. I don't think that it works good when you jump around topics and it's just random. I just want one continuous, track, if you will, to choose from. And I'll explain more in just a second. So here we go. So Ben, Justin, these are the 4 tracks. These are strategically engineered and designed to really gravitate to what is happening in today's market. It's very strategic on how we've picked them and why, and I want to move the needle. So guys that are in shops right now, I want to teach stuff that you can go back and use tomorrow. Not theory, but stuff that actually works immediately. And it's not something that's old school, it's new. It's the latest technology with the OE guys. The latest automation, how to run your books, and the fabrication, is always going to be cutting edge. So these are our 4 tracks, and then here's a breakdown of each one. So, for example, modern tech. This would be for a great, someone that's maybe 3 to 5 years in the industry who really wants to sharpen their skills and get better at just, automotive acoustics, 12-volt installation, integrating. Fabrication stuff on just like a meat and potatoes level where you can make a ton of money with just those fundamental things, and upholstery along the way. So it's a great track, and I've got some all-star presenters for this. Some of the best guys in the industry. It's an awesome track. But so 4 sessions. Each one of these is a session that ends up to be a completion for the day. School fab. This is your hardcore fab guys that want to learn 3D paneling, using the animal, some automation. So they might have a laser and they want to integrate that, learning advanced upholstery, having a sewing machine, learning how to do a French seam or a double stitch or whatever it is, painting. We'll have all kinds of painting and texturing. So basically in this class, you're going to see something start from a pencil sketch all the way to a finished project right in front of you in one day. And I think it's going to be a great class. Master design. This is new. This is something that I actually have my background in mechanical engineering. That's what I went to school for. I went to college for it, and I've had a CNC for over 20 years. We've never taught a class on it. It's time. So we have over $500,000 in automation in our building, and it's time to share some of our tricks and secrets. So the guys teaching this class are the top tier. I can't even tell you how excited I am. We're going to go everything from a conceptual drawing and show you how to do that to taking a Creaform scanner and scanning a trunk, taking that software into CAD and maybe printing it out on a large format 3D printer right in front of you. So automation at its highest level, CNCs, lasers. We'll actually have vendors on the floor with lasers and CNCs and 3D printers going the whole time with their whole support team. So it's going to be exciting. So I know there's a lot of buzz about this. This will be a popular class. This one will sell out 100%.
That'll probably go first. My guess.
Maybe.
Yeah.
All right. How about the business of small business? And this is going to transition into a leadership one as well. But this is really for guys. And I probably would say this is the most important thing, is that if you can't pay your bills, you're not going to be in business. But we want to show how to run your business with experts, guys that have multi-million-dollar companies in our industry. They're not coming from other industries. They're in our industry and they have a huge success rate. They're going to share their secrets with you, and that's super cool. And break it down on a super cool level. You walk away with a nice binder that shows you all the stuff. It's legit, and you'll be able to take those things and have, action items to grow your business. This is a very important class, and we're just trying to think of an owner operator taking 2 tracks and then a tech or a fabricator taking other two classes, you can only take 2 tracks because there's only 2 educational days, full days. So you have to pick out of those 4 choices. You have to pick 2. Okay. And then you're going, okay, well, I want to go to all 4. Well, down the road in the future, you'll have the chance to do that, and I'll just leave it at that. Okay.
I think it's really important, Bryan, because I've traveled Canada quite a bit, and I've been in shops where it's been, okay, I'm an installer, I'm a very good installer, I'm quick, I'm proficient, I'm going to open my own shop. And then certain things at that point, some dealers have that problem bridging the gap between I'm in the back of the shop to now I'm running my own business, right? And I think that's a huge focus, especially in our industry as it continues to grow and installers tend to branch out and take the plunge for themselves and start their own shops. The fundamentals of running the car audio business, because car audio is a strange industry, man, where we're not needed. We're extremely, disposable. But at the end of the day, we can be the number 1 most desired thing depending on the person. So it's really cool. So I think the emphasis you have on these courses is really important, even especially given the pandemic, and, where you've been the last year and a half, you can have, you start to get stagnant in your split. You can watch Car Audio Fab on YouTube as much as you want and do your best to learn the tips and the trips. But, it's like any extreme sports or riding a bike. If you're not falling down, you're not getting better. Right. And at one point you run out of that kind of abundance of information to absorb until you can actually physically get in there with a drill sergeant, AKA Bryan Schmitt, telling you, do it this way. And you get those aha moments, right? It's like when you first realize how a relay works. Aha, right? Well, cool. It's going to save me a bunch of time, and this in turn make me more money and cost me less. Right. So I think all the courses are pretty much bang on for really what the industry needs right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna reserve my questions and comments at the end. So I'm gonna let Bryan continue through his presentation. I got some. So let's keep going.
Okay, awesome. All right, so product training that keeps you on your game. Look, guys, we are challenging all of our exhibit partners to step up their game. So what this means is when they're exhibiting, they have to have some type of in-person demonstration in their booth. And I'm talking the car is halfway ripped apart with a scope hooked up to the amp rack and somebody's showing you how it's set up in the booth. Okay. All these these manufacturers are going to have CNC, all that stuff's going to be going on. But if you're an automobile manufacturer, we're challenging you. We want to see what's behind the scenes. We want to see I want to see the in-depth part in every single booth. So we're really challenging all these guys to step up their game and product training that it's at the next level. Okay. The space to learn. So like I told you, the Mesa Convention Center, we got the whole place. It's 100,000 square feet. It's just beautiful. This is that like picture on the left. That's one of the rooms that's a legitimate auditorium. And I'm not so excited. I can't tell you what we're going to do. Not just yet, but I will, Ben. But something very special is going to happen in that room a couple different times that will be just unbelievable. So it's not normal, and it's never been done. So I think you guys will enjoy that. All right, so a floor plan with less show and more plan, and that's just what I said. We're forcing these guys to do pre-built steps so you can see the process. It's more about how it's done than what you're actually what the final product is. It's the process to get there, and that's what we want everybody to show along the way. Okay.
Whoa.
Here we go.
Oh, I didn't know we were already there, Bryan. Okay. Never mind.
Okay. All right. So look, guys, I've been working on this for a minute, and our team has. I can't say it's just me. We've got a lot of people involved on this, and
I'll blow this up here.
It's pretty amazing. I'll walk you in. So walk in through that front entrance where the red spot is. That's the entrance, and see those 4 cars? Those are not normal cars. Those are iconic cars. Those cars are very, very special, and they're there for a reason. You will see down the road why they're there. And
aquariums? Aquariums? Do I see aquariums? I want to know, Bryan, do I see an aquarium?
You will not see aquariums.
Okay.
You will see something that is pretty amazing. Okay. You go to 3 training sessions, you come in, and then you go right to lunch. We want to feed you every single day, a beautiful buffet. You never leave campus. We're feeding you the entire time. That is so important. Coffee and drinks and all that stuff, you're going to have that the entire time. It's part of the experience. We want your experience at this event to be world class. So that's why we've handpicked all these vendors, and the whole strategy and your experience was very different than anything out there. It's our Mastertech training on steroids. Okay. So as you look through the vendors, and I have to say, I'm so very, very humbled and grateful for all of our vendors. We have our whole entire show floor 100% full. This is another floor, and I got to give Tom Miller credit. This is his architecture and his idea. This is Tom's idea, and Tom's idea was to have 2 teams on a stage, like a UFC style stage, going at it in a build off. So there's going to be an like a build off on that stage, and this is a full-blown shop on the stage. So laser cutters, router tables, workbenches, the whole thing, and that will be going on simultaneously with the exhibit floor. So there's a lot of energy there. And Ben, we might even ask you to help us with that. So maybe you could be the MC. I don't know. But
actually, sorry, I know I don't have a lot of time, but I have to interject. You mentioned that. I actually pulled this off 20 years ago with a company in Canada called Future Shop. You remember Future Shop, Justin?
Yeah.
We did a Future Shop installer challenge.
Future Shop.
I didn't even know that. Anyways, we got Toyota to give us 2 cars. We had 2 teams flown in east to west. It was East versus West, Bryan, and it was a fabrication build off for 4 days. They went through the night. These guys looked like absolute wrecks after 4 days, but it was fun to watch the whole thing. So yeah, awesome. I'm so happy to see that's coming back.
Yeah, this is cool. We're having a time limitation to it, though. They only
sure.
They have a certain amount of time and a strict criteria on how they have to execute, but it's going to be cool. And we'll have big TV screens and monitors and lighting, and it's going to be a whole production. So
yes,
that's going to be cool. So
without highlighting a name in particular here, because I love them all, you got some pretty nifty brands on that floor plan, might I say, sir?
We have the best of the best.
Yeah.
And,
okay.
We love them all. They're awesome. They're great partners, and I think they're amazing people. So thank you.
Cool.
All right. So yeah, there's a good shot of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And you can check out this online too. But there's our partners.
Well, MastertechExpo.com, I noticed, has been staring at me, so we're definitely going to drop that right there. Is that site ready to go, Bryan?
It is. It's live. Check it out right now.
All right.
Yeah. All right. So an event schedule that keeps you moving. The schedule is very, very tight and packed. I know this is tight text, and I encourage you to look at it online. But let me just tell you about the days real quick. Sunday is that reception. It's going to be awesome. That is the networking part of the whole event. You cannot miss that. That's when you get all your credentials, your gift bag. We'll have a concert outside there. Food for everybody. It's just going to be a fun atmosphere. It's a big party. Okay, that's Sunday. Don't miss the party. Monday, class starts. Okay, come with your game face. 3 sessions in the morning. Then you go into lunch and right into that build off, and that's your midday. And then there'll be one last session that's the best session of the day. It's the biggest one. That'll be session 4. We're gonna have night school classes, so that's optional. You don't have to, but I'm gonna tell you what. Remember that amphitheater I showed you? There's going to be some special stuff going on there with one of our manufacturers and a couple of
dark stuff, huh?
Oh yeah, and so day 2 is going to be similar. The last day is going to be awesome. We've got some really cool manufacturer trainings, and I know a lot of these guys are putting a ton of effort. When I say these guys, the manufacturers are putting a ton of effort into their own trainings. The guys at Rockford and other manufacturers, JL. Everybody. I can't list enough. They're really stepping up, and I'm excited. I mean, none of this has been done before, so it's cool. Don't miss it.
There's a lot to digest here. So I'm gonna have to watch my own show back after this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Five reasons to come. Hyper-focused training. That means breaking down content into a very easy, simple way. We're going to focus on like the steps on how to get it done and do it the right way and give you all the nuggets along the way. Okay. Step number 2, fab guys, builders, professionals across the thing. They're all going to be sharing their knowledge. Okay. There's no secrets. It's just different ways to do it, and everybody's going to share. Okay. Live demonstrations. Like I told you, it's a hands-on approach. This whole thing is seeing it in front of you. Yeah, okay. So it's going to be really cool. 40 different manufacturers and partners like you guys, Justin, B&B, and others are going to be there helping us, supporting us. And last, well, like I told you, these class size, there is a limit, and I just encourage you to sign up because it will sell. So just know that, okay? All right, so here's the price. It's $850, and we're going to do a special for the Canadians. I'm going to let Justin tell you about that. The hotel is $179. For you guys in North America watching, well, I'm going to say in the U.S. In the U.S., it's $749 USD for right now. That's the next 30 days. That's the early bird special, okay? There's no coupon code required. But that's it. There's basically that's the whole thing. That includes your food. That includes the classes, $749. It does not include the hotel. That's separate. But I mean, I think that's a steal for what we normally have our classes for. That's an awesome deal for 4 days. So, all right.
Amazing presentation. Congratulations to you and the team. Right? I mean, to put this together with the collaboration of all those vendors, and you're not even giving me a single name, but I can only assume a couple, usual suspects based on the way you've worded a couple of the classes and the way what I figure? I figure that everybody's going to gather in a mess hall, right? Bryan and all his teachers are going to come out in garbs and to be like, Slytherin, Gryffindor, and everybody goes through their own classes and goes, that's how I figure. It's like Harry Potter style. God, I don't have too much time. We have to do a part 2 of this, but we're going to rush through this. Justin, I got an email here from your headquarters with, I guess it's an opportunity for Canadian deals. I'm going to throw it up on the screen and let you talk about it. How's that?
Sounds good. All right. So we're doing some cool things for our BB distribution dealers. If you guys aren't a dealer of ours, now is the time to definitely jump on that. But for the first time, Bryan is being gracious enough to us lonely Northerners up here who continue to get shit kicked by the US dollar, even though it's a little bit better right now. Bryan is going to, for the next effectively 30 days or just till the 31st of July, anyone up here in Canada can register and attend the Mastertech EXPO for a 1-to-1 currency equivalent. So $749 US dollars, 749 Canadian dollars. So plus tax, no exchange rate, etc. Now, the other cool thing is being that BB Distribution is the exclusive partner for Mobile Solutions in Canada, you can actually purchase all your Expo passes and registrations through us. The way that it will work is you're going to actually use, if you're a current dealer, you can actually use your BB Rewards points from our BB Rewards site to subsidize some of the purchase price, if not all of the purchase price of the Mastertech EXPO. All right, so we are trying to make our best to reward our dealers to get you guys down to see Bryan, because we know how important this event is. Okay, so if you have BB Rewards, if you've been banking points for the last 2 years, if you're selling Focal, you're selling this, you're buying that, whatever, and you guys are accumulating points, well, aside from just free gear and using your points, you can now use it for this hopefully more than once in a lifetime, but let's just stick with once in a lifetime right now, event that Bryan's throwing on to help get you there. And we're going to continue to run promotions throughout the rest of the year, all the way up to the event, to work in partnership with Bryan and help with our BB Rewards and help subsidize some costs of hotels and flights, and just make sure that it's way easier for you guys to get there. All right, so what you can do is go to bbrewards.ca, and then you can redeem your points for the VIP passcode. From there, you will be assigned a coupon code effectively that when you register on Bryan's site, it will bring down the balance to already paid or zero, and then you are good to go. You're locked and loaded, and you got a spot in effectively the hottest, most important event in car audio in the last 3 years. So,
and here's my suggestion: if you look in your points and you're just shy of a couple of BB points, you know what? Why don't you order some, Mobile Solutions Fab tools and maybe make up on those points? How about that suggestion?
Yeah, and you can also purchase. You can purchase top-ups as well.
I'm sure he wouldn't mind if you bought some sound shoe with that too. I think Brian's okay with that as well.
I think so.
Yeah, you'll be okay with that? All right.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
I mean, it's the best of the best product, the best of the best expo, the best of the best teachers, and you're just doing yourself a disservice if you're.
Is that what BB stands for? Is that what BB stands for? Best of the best.
Best brands, bro. Yeah.
Best brands, bro. All right. So there's the pause this screen if you're watching it. I'm sure if you contact everybody at BB Distribution, I put up the numbers. They will get you the info. All right. I got 1 minute to wrap this up, guys, and here's what I want to say. I have more questions, but I'm going to reserve it because I know we're going to have to do a part 2 of this. There's too many questions. Here's the deal. This is very significant, and here's my 2 cents on it. For too long, we've been sitting back, not evolving, not progressing, kind of just dealing with the environment that cards that were handed us. Here's an opportunity, guys, to put it into your own hands, be proactive, learn, up your game, improve your business, improve your skills, get networking, and all those great things that Bryan just talked about. But if you think you're going to sit on your butt and think about this, don't think too long, because I absolutely agree with Bryan, and this is not to fluff him, but with everything you've presented, Bryan, this is going to sell out in no time. There's no question in my mind. So I hope there's enough guys in Canada that recognize that this is an opportunity they cannot miss. If you're a BB customer, take advantage of the offer they have. If you're not a BB customer, you know what? It's not about BB. It's not even about that. I'm the neutral guy. It's not even about that. It's about us Canadians staying on top of the game. And here's an opportunity to keep us in that game. Take it. That's what I got to say.
All right. I love it.
Bryan, any last? I'll give you one last word. One last word to our audience here.
I just want to say thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk to you guys today. Let's do this again. And I wish you guys the best.
You know I'm going to harass you until you give me some names, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, good.
We'll talk soon.
Bryan, thank you so much for taking the time. Congratulations once again. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
Take care.
All right. Take care. Bye.
Brah. What else to say? I did want to mention that website, I know that Bryan mentioned it too, but definitely go check that out, mastertechexpo.com. That thing is live. You want to take a closer look at the details, the schedule, the breakdown of the courses, as well as the floor plan. I encourage you to go take a look at that. Otherwise, if you're in Canada, you're listening to this, and you're interested, I think it'll be worth your time to give Justin's company, team, distributor, BB Distribution a call. There's some incentives there. Justin, last word before I let you go.
I mean, this is going to be, if anyone's ever done anything to do with Bryan or been to one of his events or training in down in Tempe, I mean, it's going to be a highly polished event. It's going to be extremely useful. And it's all about progression, right? Like you said, proactivity and progression and moving the needle forward when it comes to our industry. And, there's a lot of shops that do A and C good, but maybe falter a little bit on section B, you know what I mean? So this gives you the ability to really kind of deep dive in and elevate your game and strengthen and solidify your position within the Canadian car audio market. Guys, please reach out, call me, any questions. Check on your BB rewards. It'll be going live right away for the ability to purchase the pass. We want to get you there. BB Distribution, we have tons and tons of loyal dealers and new potential dealers, whatever. And we want you to go to this because it's important. It's important for me as a company. It's important for you as an individual, and it's important for an industry overall to be doing this. And this is the first time something like this has happened with just this 4-day intense training,
Justin,
like
the networking
said,
alone,
training on a bottle of Costco Viagra.
100%. And okay, my last 2 cents. I swear, this is my last comment for this one, bro. They're putting on laser and CNC, like that's never been available.
Yeah.
So all you guys are like, should I get a laser? I wish I knew how to see it. No more excuse. There it is.
Okay. Like I said, it caters to the where you want to be, is where you're at, and what you need to improve. And it's like, it's a worthy investment, right? You got to invest in yourself, invest in your business to be better.
Absolutely.
That's the only way we survive. So.
Thanks for calling me on this. I think this was well worth it. We got the info out, and we're definitely going to circle back and get more info. In the meantime,
thanks for squeezing us in.
MastertechExpo.com, BB Distribution. All good. You guys have a good night. Justin, thank you so much. We'll be talking soon, sir.
See you later, sir.
Take care. There you have it, an impromptu CMA Connected featuring Mobile Solutions and Mastertech Expo 2022 going down in Mesa, Arizona with Bryan Schmitt, and yet to be named. Man, you can only imagine what that roster is going to look like from an educator standpoint. But for everything we've seen so far, take the time, take a look at it. MastertechExpo.com. Thanks for tuning in, guys. CMA Connected presented by SiriusXM coming to you from an impromptu evening here on a Thursday night. But we got to get you the goods, and that's what we did. I'm your host, Ben Wu. Until next time, we connect.